first of all, how does winning the Truman Scholar, how does that help you achieve your goals right now and then in the future?
Winning the Truman Scholarship entails a substantial monetary sum for graduate studies, but the greater award with the Truman Scholarship is the opportunity to join the Truman family of scholars. It's an excellent professional network. I'll have the opportunity to work with the Truman Foundation in Washington after I graduate, but it's also a wonderful opportunity because it's, for me, the bridge between point A, being an undergrad at Utah State, and point B, being an effective public servant.
I was really fascinated reading about your public policy work and especially in healthcare, some of your goals and ideas. Can you just kind of elaborate on a few of those and just some key points?
Healthcare policy is both a personal and an academic interest for me. The personal interest comes from, I actually was diagnosed with thyroid cancer as a freshman at Utah State, and that's an unusual experience for a freshman. And so as I worked kind of my own way, literally through the medical side of the healthcare system, I received wonderful treatment and care, but it made me start to think, well, what happens to people that don't have that care? What happens to people without healthcare insurance? And so I started to look more and more into the healthcare policy side of the healthcare system.
You mentioned earlier what your kind of next step is after graduating from Utah State. Do you want to go into that a little bit?
Absolutely. I have one more year at Utah State as a senior, and after I graduate from Utah State, I will move to Washington the summer of 2014 to work with the Truman Foundation in a program called the Washington Summer Institute. And in that, the Truman Foundation will place me with an office in DC, a policy-making office, that is strictly relevant to my field of interest. That'll be the case for every Truman Scholar. In my case, that's likely to put me somewhere within the Department of Health and Human Services, probably working with the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services.
That really puts you right in the thick of what you want to do immediately.
Yeah, it does. You know, the thing that is most remarkable for me about winning the Truman Scholarship is as I said, it's a bridge, but it's an immediate bridge, because the hardest thing as an undergraduate, and the thing that I was struggling with the most, before this took place, is I have this vision for how I want to be able to make a contribution and give back to my country, make an influence, for the betterment of people's lives, but how do you get there? How do you actually get to the point of being an effective, connected public servant? And the Truman Scholarship makes that possible, not years down the road. It actually makes it possible, frankly, now.